Good evening, everybody. It's Max Convexity. Let's take a look at these option profit boxes for tomorrow for the Defiance funds. JEPY, they've sold the 51.15 strike for 1782. That makes a break even of 5,097.18. These guys are going for 481,000, quite a bit less than they were going for today. Premiums have come in quite a bit from today. It looks, just eyeballing it, looks like it's come in about 15%. So the vol is 15% lower, but still 481,000 would be a nice win. It would take these guys to a positive 10 cents a month. It would make the estimate on the dividend 42 cents, which isn't a super lot of money compared to last month. Was this dividend 50 or was it 60? I think it was 60. Let me check real quick. I guess 55 and I was off by 5 cents, but I think I was off 5 cents the other way. Let's see. Yep, it was 60. Okay, and I think somebody told me that as well. But anyway, from 60 last month to where we sit this month, the 42 is a pretty big drop. All right, let's look at triple QY. Triple QY, they sold the 1870 strike 168 times for 93 bucks. 93 minus 1870 is 17,977. So that's 977, so our break even. What in the hell is going on here? You got to be kidding me. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. All right, so these guys are going for 1.5 million. Take them to 33 cents a share positive. And it makes these guys' dividend estimate 65 cents, also pretty light compared to last time. Volatility's coming down, I guess, as we stay up here at record highs for extended periods of time. All right, so IWMY, these guys sold 656 contracts for 2075 for 1563. 2075 minus 1563 is going to be your break even, which is 2059.37. So that's the number we're rooting for. We need it to be above that number tomorrow, okay? If they can do that and they can get it to the max profit, which is up here to the strike at 2075, they'll make $1 million. That'll take them to 45 cents a share positive on the month. Dividend estimate projection would be 112. Okay, let's look at these single stocks. Here's Tesla. They still have 3 strikes scattered above. The main one's still the big yellow one at 205. Let's look at NVIDIA. Come on, NVIDIA. I went over to the YieldMax website tonight and I checked for the covered calls and I didn't see any positions that had changed. All the calls that had been open for a couple of days were still open. There was no new rolls or new positions that I could tell. As far as new strikes, they may have added contracts or taken away contracts and strikes. But as far as there's no new strikes, I have no idea why that took so long to come up. That really makes me mad, though. If it takes that long on the next one, I'm just not going to do any more of these tonight. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right. Well, these guys, I think the strike's at 220 or 230 for these guys. The main one. Come on, you've got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous. All right, well. All right. Here is the buffer report. YMAX had a great day today. YMAG had the worst day. The high yield funds all did pretty well. Look at QQQI, got a lot of upside, maybe the most upside. No, Bally got the most. Second most was QQQI, then JEPQ, then QQQI, then the rest of them. YMAG was down, but YMAX was up and outperformed. All right, in the stocks, it obviously was a day for Bitcoin. Maxi and Misty had massive days. Single day performance, they're showing Misty up 16%, 17%. I almost don't know if I believe that. It almost seems like there's got to be some kind of error. AIYY was actually up a lot too. It was up 3%, exactly the same amount as the benchmark. Coney caught about 80% of the benchmark. Everything looked good. The only thing that outperformed on the downside was Tesla. Not TSLP did not even outperform on the downside today. All right, in the S&P, iSpy was the big outperformer. The rest of them performed well. Bally performed really nice. I've already mentioned Bally. JEPY outperformed JEPI, but they both had great days. All these funds did what they're supposed to. And we've already seen that. Let's look at a 30-day change on the single stocks. Well, Tesla's leading on the downside on a 30-day basis too. That's I find that kind of almost hard to believe. Most things don't lead on a 30-day basis to the downside. GUI is also, I can believe that about GUI. Typically, you want to see something like you see with PP, where it doesn't catch all the downside, or goop, where it has a buffered downside exposure. Look at OARC. OARC didn't catch any downside at all, but the parent fund was down. Then the funds that went up all caught a portion of the upside. Look at this. Misty's up 60% in the past 30 days. Or Misty's up 30%. Mr. MSTR is up 60%. Catching about half the upside. All right, Tress is looking good today. Tress is showing they're up maybe $12,000 on paper. So the white line is where we are, and we can zoom in. Yeah, we're up about $12,000 right now. We're going to make this. I'm going to simulate time passing. See if the Valley of Death is going to catch us where we're at, and it isn't. If we stayed here till expiration, we would make $7,000. This was a massive move on TLT, or I don't know. Massive move's the wrong word for it. There's that 240 strike for Coney that finally came up. It'll take forever for the no profit box or the Valley of Death to appear, but suffice it to say, we gapped up and shot out of the valley, and we're doing very well right now. Very well. All right, guys, I'll be back in the morning when the cash market opens about 8:30 Central or 9:30 Eastern, 9:45, something like that. I'll come on and we'll look and we'll see where we're at in relation to the profit boxes in the Valley of Death. You guys have a wonderful evening. Good night.